Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Coming to you live to tape. Wait, wait a minute. I'm live right now here on Friday morning, but I am taping this. You guys get the picture, right? 25 feet below the surface of the earth. Here at Chaos Corner, fans, I have some big news, some breaking news. Tomorrow night, that's right, Saturday night, live, the return of Richard Holiday. Rarefied Air, presented by Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling at the Greater New Haven JCC in Woodbridge, Connecticut. Fans, in the shadows of Titan Towers. You're not going to want to miss this one. Former IWA Heavyweight Champion. Former Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Former MLW Superstar. Former original member of the Dynasty. That's right, the sole proprietor. The AirPod God, the most marketable man in pro wrestling, Richard Holiday, makes his return to the ring after a battle with cancer, and he kicked it in the ass. That's right, the sole proprietor, Richard Holiday, is coming back to PAPW. Rarefied Air. You're not going to want to miss this one. We are here to give a preview of tomorrow night's show and also the results from Recharged and Bash at the Brewery. Here with your old buddy, it's me, it's the GOC. Kick back and relax, grab your favorite beverage. I'm going to jump off all the other social media platforms and come back to here. Guardian of Chaos on the YouTube channel. Follow me on all social media platforms, and you know what they are, in real time. It's at Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. On Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. On Facebook, there's two profiles. That's right, there's two. Jay Brony. That's right, Jabroni. Jay Brony. R.I.P. Iron Sheik. And Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian in honor of my heritage. Follow me on Gitter, Gab, Truth Social, Rumble. I cover it all in the IWC. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog. No paywalls, no super chats. I'm here out of passion because this is what I love, and a stress reliever to give back to you, the fans. And of course, for my own stress relief, because in order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. And remember, as I always say, there's three types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, that make things happen. And tomorrow night, that's right, Saturday night, June 10th, 2023, live, streaming on Fight TV. That's right, fans. You can see myself and my broadcast partner, the future in broadcasting and commentary and in this industry, and that would be Double T, Talking Tommy Saban. We will be streaming live and doing the live commentary and play-by-play on Fight TV. Fans, go out, get the app, plunk down your money. I believe it's only $7.99 or $9.99, and you can keep it in your library and review it and listen to me and Double T 30 times and see the return of Richard Holiday and his battle with cancer, because that's what it's really all about, especially in this day and age, especially in this world and what's going on. Stay close to your family and friends and your loved ones. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for anyone. Walk in faith, walk with the big man, and walk daily. Remember that. Jesus Christ is coming back soon. Don't be caught dead without him, and that's a shoot. And I don't like to use that word, kayfabe. You guys get it, right? Anyway, let me get off the opening monologue of letting you know what's really going on here in Chaos Corner. The building is empty. There's nothing going on except the GOC down here in the bunker. The offices are empty. The lounge is empty here at Chaos headquarters. And I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for being here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers, and then we're going live. And that's what we need in this day and age. So let's get on to it. My opening monologue, we're a little over 5 minutes in. I'm banging already with the espresso. And no, Brugger's doesn't sponsor me. Red Bull doesn't sponsor me. There's only one true loyal sponsor that I have that has been here since day one. And that would be my old buddy, Mr. Hempel-Stilskin and Sweet Heel CBD over at sweetheel.com. You want to talk about purity and clarity and wellness and focus. Everything you can imagine at Sweet Heel CBD. Tinctures, lotions, balms, edibles, gummies for your pets. Everything under the sun, as I always say, pun intended, if you look up in the skies nowadays. How about that, right? But Mr. Hempel-Stilskin, Sweet Heel CBD, it's the wave of the future in wellness, especially in sports. Everything from pro wrestling to UFC to MMA to every sport you can think of, from soccer to baseball to football. CBD, it can even help you relax with a little bit of maybe some anxiety. Try to get some rest at night. A little get up and go, a little focus. It's a combination. So Mr. Hempel-Stilskin, Sweet Heel CBD, they have it all. SweetHeel.com. Use the promo code CHAOS. CHAOS, that's right, CHAOS. Anywhere from 20 to 25% off your product, depending on what it is. Sweet Heel CBD, Mr. Hempel-Stilskin, don't you dare miss it. My one true loyalist. But let me get banging here. You see a 5-minute monologue with the espresso goes on to an 8-minute monologue. But we're here for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling and the Paradise 4, and you know who they are. The owner of Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, Mr. Mario Mancini, in the WWF from 84 to 92. They're in a WrestleMania explosion, rock and wrestling. Let that sink in. Head trainer at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, former Four Horsemen, Power and Glory, Pretty Wonderful, Young Stallions, and that would be Pretty Paul Roma. Mr. WrestleMania himself. I believe Roma was in 3, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, co-trainer and second-generation grappler, Mr. Paul Perez, wearing that damn lucha mask. And then there's the big man, the silent one. 6'6", 380 pounds. The former and current bail bondsman, owner of the Rib House restaurant, Big Steve Tracy, a.k.a. Big Dave Paradise. That's what you get at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Ring psychology, emotional investment, storytelling, mentoring our young men and women of the future, not only in pro wrestling, but in life. And you see that I stumbled there at 8.5 minutes in, so I might as well get this out of the way, as I say on every Chaos Corner podcast. You know what Bully Ray said to me? You know, Bully Ray of Busted Open Radio, the Dudley Boys, ECW, 13 or 15-time tag team champions, perhaps the greatest tag team of all time. Well, I'll say the Road Warriors, but you guys get it, right? 2-time Hall of Famer, Bully Ray. He said to me back when we were going through the tables matches and for the NWA World Tag Team titles, under my tutelage at the time was the Outcast Killers, Oman Tortuga, Diablo Santiago, and yours truly. We get back to the locker room, and after taking the what's up, my brother testify, Bully and Devon. Bully calls me over and says, GOC, he says, it's Big Daddy. Give the Guardian of Chaos 5 spots and he'll fuck up 4 of them. I consider that to be a compliment coming from Bully Ray. Hey, listen, my over 50 years as a fan, an agent, a scout, a historian, a smart, a mark, that's right, I said it, a mark. And my over 3 decades as a pro wrestling manager, consultant, concierge, commentator, broadcaster, to this day, current 2023 at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. 2-time Hall of Famer, New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Take that for what it's worth. As now the 5-minute monologue goes to the 7-minute monologue to now 10 minutes in before we get on to breathing in, man. Rarefied air. The return of Richard Holiday, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Let's get on to it. Another sip of the espresso. Sit back and relax and listen to the sounds with the lighting changes here and the cameras and the sound system. I give it to your raw dog, man. I'll put a timestamp on this so I'll to let everyone know that 10.5 minutes in is when I get to the actual preview of Rarefied Air. And again, last second, there's going to be big announcements. There's things to be announced that will be announced at the door, that will be announced at bell time, that'll be announced during the card itself. Remember, card's subject to change, but this is what I have for Rarefied Air at the Greater New Haven JCC, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and the return of Richard Holiday, a 7 p.m. bell time. Of course, as I said, it's going to be streaming on Fight TV. My broadcast partner, talking Tommy Sabin. Ring announcer, Mr. Paradise himself, Matt DeCourt. And of course, bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boy. The Zebras of Justice will be in full force. All the stars will be there. All the heroes will be there. All the legends will be there. All the young lions will be there. All the rookies will be there. And of course, you, the fans, will be there for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. You're not going to want to miss this one. Here's what we have. The Megasis, Megan Bayne, as seen on AEW Dark, will be making her debut for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Alexa, lower the volume. See what happens here in Chaos Corner? Bear with me in the technical difficulties. I feel like I'm talking to the professor, Rick Del Santo, a Garage Rick, if you will, over at the PWZ podcast. Oh, hold on, fans. Alexa, continue. See what happens here when you get technology involved? I don't want to get too crazy here. As we get back on to Rarefied Air, the return of Richard Holiday. This is what we have. In the women's division for PAPW, the Megasis, as seen in AEW, Beyond Wrestling, all over the indie scene. Unbelievable female grappler. Has a background in actual, legitimate collegiate and amateur pro wrestling. The Megasis makes her debut at Rarefied Air as she takes on, soon to be on WOW, from what I understand, Women of Wrestling on national TV. She's only got about a year in the business, but rising like a comet, or you get it, right? Nikki Duke. That's right. In the women's division, PAPW Rarefied Air, it's going to be Megan Bayne against Nikki Duke, the United States champion. The air guitar wizard, Troy Steven, takes on one badass and legit veteran, Andy Sweet, returns to Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling for Rarefied Air. The Intercontinental Champion, The Cure, Lucas Chase, also seen on AEW Dark, on Dark Elevated, an unbelievable athlete. Lucas Chase is no one to be trifled with. He is the Intercontinental Champion, and he defends against the American Gothic gone wrong, the former PAPW Heavyweight Champion, Bloodsaw, in one heck of a matchup for that IC Championship. The Crocodile King from down under, if you will, if that's the right accent, Alan Compass, who's become one KG competitor in PAPW and is on the rise in the ranks of Paradise Alley. Alan Compass takes on Jermaine Marbury. Marbury could literally have springs that could jump out of the building at any time. You want to talk about all the different guys, from the Young Bucks to the Lucha Brothers, to the two twins over there in AEW who got springs like you wouldn't believe. Well, Mr. Unbelievable Jump Air Game himself, Jermaine Marbury, will be going one-on-one against the Crocodile King at Rarefied Air. The Pyramids of Power, the PAPW Tag Team Champions, will be defending the tag team titles at Rarefied Air. Alading, Alading Ding, and of course, Zafir Al-Rahi will be defending those sons of bitches from Saudi Arabia. Hey, man, no disrespect, man. They've been a thorn in the side of PAPW for years. I believe they are the 3-time tag team champions. And there's always collusion around when there's Zafar al-Rahihi, Ala Ding Ding, and the Prince of Sands, Aladdin. Again, your tag team champions will be defending the titles at Rarefied Air. Also on the card, on the lineup, on the show, the PAPW Women's Champion, Skylar Gray, formerly of the Battle Academy, that's right, the maniacal Skylar Gray, will be defending the women's title at Rarefied Air. Bull Dread, the New England Beast, the damn near 25-year veteran, the former Intercontinental Champion, that's right, the New England Beast, the hardcore beast, Bull Dread, will be at Rarefied Air. Here's a question I have for you. Hunter Tarka, the Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion, the man who stands at the top of PAPW right now, former Battle Academy member himself, Hunter Tarka, the champ, where will he be? Will he be at Rarefied Air? Will he be in the building? Will the title be on the line? That's the question I have for the fans. Hunter Tarka, the champ. Let's see what happens at Rarefied Air. Also, this is the one that's worth the price of admission and why we're here. In support of those battling cancer and in support of Richard Holiday. I've already said all the kudos and accolades, and I can go on and on. Richard Holiday, in the main event, takes on big business, big bacon, whatever you want to call him, independent and pro wrestling star, Brad Hollister. Talk about a main event that could be anywhere across this country. That would be Richard Holiday and Brad Hollister. Now, you know there's bad blood there. You know there's been a history there. In the main event at Rarefied Air. And it's not all about pro wrestling. It's about family. It's about friends. It's about support. It's about being there for those when they're down. It's about Holiday battling cancer. And for any one of us out there, because we're all the same. That's what this is about, and showing support in the return of all these athletes that are out there performing for us and putting their bodies on the line. And I'll be there to call it live for Fight TV. Richard Holiday, Brad Hollister in the main event at Rarefied Air tomorrow night. Now, I know I've been rambling on here. We're a little less than 20 minutes. But I want to get this out there. I'm having a lot of fun. You know, guys, I'm amped. I'm banged. I'm excited for tomorrow night. Can you feel the emotion and the passion? I'm going to put this up on all social media platforms so you'll be able to get this out there. Again, let's run down the card, and there's going to be announcements. This is not the full lineup. This is what I have here at 11 a.m. noontime Eastern Standard Time on Friday, June 9th. 2023. Tomorrow's June 10th. I'm not going to be able to come down here to put it out. Go to all Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling platforms at official PAPW on Twitter, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling on Facebook, on Instagram, on all social media platforms. It's Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, PAPW, and that will give you your last minute updates on the card and who's going to be there. But this is the overwhelming majority of it. There's always big surprises and big announcements, especially when it's going to be on Fight TV. So if you can't be there live, show up and get your tickets at the doors. If you can't do that, then go to Fight TV. Do both like I'm doing. Because it's going to be the event of the year. Rarefied Air, the Paradise 4, Fight TV, Richard Holiday, and Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. It doesn't get any better than that. Again, here's the card Friday afternoon, as before we go into tomorrow night. The Megasis, Megan Bain, makes her Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling debut against Nikki Duke. The U.S. champion, the air guitar wizard, Troy Stevens, defends against Andy Sweet. The Intercontinental champion, The Cure, Lucas Chase, defends against the American Gothic gone wrong, Bloodsaw. The Crocodile King, Alan Compass, takes on Superfly, Jermaine Marbury. Bull Dread will be in action. The tag team champions, the Pyramids of Power and Zafar Al-Rahihi, that son of a bitch, will be in action. The women's champion, Skylar Gray, will be in action. And of course, in the main event, big business, Brad Hollister against the in-ring return of Mr. Richard Holiday. This is going to be unbelievable. And now you know the history of Brad Hollister with the Closers as a tag team with, they call him Sexy Jesus, Hammer Tunis. And of course, he's down with the six-man tag team, the Brick City Boys and Brad Hollister. And he's got a feud going on in Beyond Wrestling right now with Filthy Tom Lawler. That's how legit and badass Brad Hollister is. Expect him to be up to the WWE or AEW or NXT, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, MLW, NWA sometime soon. And as far as Richard Holiday, I already said it. Especially now that he's back and hitting it hard here in this area. Teaming up with Roma-trained and Mancini-brained Kylon King and Dustin Flash Waller, along with Richard Holiday. Rarefied generation. Let that sink in. Roma-trained, Mancini-brained, Richard Holiday, Kylon King, Flash Waller. Rarefied generation. I'll say that to say this. You're not going to want to miss this coming up. Fight TV or live, be there for Rarefied Air, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. So we're at the 21 minute mark. Thank you for being here for that. I'm going to quickly, while you're here, on news and notes involving my home company, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Again, big announcements to come. Still more announcements for Paradise Alley. You never know what Roma and Mancini are going to come up with. I want to give you the results of the last two events. Seeing that we're here on June 9th, tomorrow's June 10th. We're coming off a double shot weekend. Here are the quick results from Bash at the Brewery and Recharged, which were last weekend, June 2nd and 3rd for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Let's run down the results of Recharge with my old friend, Jared Silver. Jared talks loud. Jared, are you listening? I know you were on the commentary. I heard you did a pretty decent job. I'll be the judge of that. The results of Recharge, presented by Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and of course, the big man, Vlad, was recharged. Job well done, Big Vlad, of throwing on your first live event. Written, produced, co-hosted. Well done, Vlad. I heard he was in and out of the ring so much he could have ran the New York City or Boston Marathon all in one night. The big man, Vlad, was recharged. Here are the results. I know there was a three-way match on a pre-show for Recharged, and the arena down there at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, the training facility, looked unbelievable. It looked like a small TV taping type setup with the sound and the music. And as Alexa's listening to me, I could see it. Hold on as we get Recharged here on Chaos Corner. Alexa, play some tropical beach sounds. Let's see what they come up with here. I want to get Recharged. Alexa, play some tropical rainforest sounds. How does that go with you guys?
Playing specific songs is only available with Amazon Music Unlimited.
Well,
here's a station based on tropical rainforest sounds by Rainforest Sounds.
What do you guys think? Let's get Recharged at the 25-minute mark here on Chaos Corner, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, news notes, Rarefied Air, Recharged, and Bash at the Brewery. Fans, I can't stress it enough. Let's get on to the results from Recharged, presented by Vlad at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Good job by the Paradise 4 in letting this special show go down. I'm looking forward to the next event thrown down there at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. And Vlad, my friend. There was a three-way pre-show match, a triple threat, if you will. I believe the grappler that won the pre-show bout was Michael Vane, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to get the names wrong. If anyone could inbox me, make a comment, like, subscribe, get us in the algorithm, and then we can correct. I believe Michael Vane won the pre-show triple threat match. In a four-way match, the big man, Colossal Mike Law, that's right, the big man, Colossal Mike Law, pinned the HAM Lucha Pig to win the four-way at Recharged over Lucha Pig, Main Event Rembrandt, and Dr. Ethan Wild, the good doctor, Ethan. What a four-way at Recharged. And Colossal Mike Law, huge guy. Mike Law is a talent to behold in the pro wrestling scene. So an unbelievable four-way at Recharged. Mike Law over the pinned the Lucha Pig. No me joda, maricón, mueve de culo grande. No disrespect, man. What did I say? It's a word, man. For all my Latin friends out there, Lucha Pig. In a match that stole the show from the insiders, from the people in the dressing room, from the curtain jerkers, if you will, from the gorilla position, Oni King over Brother Greatness in quite a battle at Recharged. I'll say that to say this. I did happen to see the video on this. Oni King over Brother Greatness, two unbelievable athletes, technically qualified in an excellent high-flying bout. Keep an eye on both of these gentlemen moving forward at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Chris Mooch was in the building as well. That's right, the big guy has returned to the pro wrestling ring. Chris Mooch, and he had the balls, the cojones, if you will, the chutzpah, to call out the man who was responsible for throwing this event, Vlad, and saying that he's back. And where is pro wrestling? This is what it is. This is what I've returned to. So keep an eye on the big man, Chris Mooch, and his return and what's going to happen moving forward. He was at Recharged. Also at Recharged, lurking about, and I'll get onto that, was Patrick Saint, looking as only he can, Superfly, the man of the hour, the man with the soul and power, the man who's too sweet to be sour. Thank you, superstar Billy Graham. Patrick Saint was in the audience, and he ended up being involved later on at Recharged as the Intercontinental Champion, The Cure, Lucas Chase, had an open challenge that was answered by former Battle Academy member, and they're all over the place, highly trained and skilled, again, Roma-trained, Mancini-brained, and that would be Lorenzo Vendetta. What a physical specimen Vendetta is. But I'm going to say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Lucas Ace stomped a Mississippi mud hole in him and beat his ass. He beat Vendetta from pillar to post and coast to coast and border to border to where I'm not saying I agree with it after seeing the footage. I'm not saying I disagree with it. But where it was stopped, the referee stopped this match, and Lucas Chase won by stoppage over one tough son of a bitch and Lorenzo Vendetta. We know that. We know that kid's no joke. And this is where I get back to Patrick Saint, because there's history there. And Saint showed up and challenged Lucas Chase. So let's see what happens moving forward with the PAPW Intercontinental Champion, The Cure, and the big man, the flamboyant one, Mr. Saint. Looking fly, my friend. Also on this event at Recharge, the beautiful Brad Baylor, the 18-year-old veteran from Miami, Florida. Man, let me tell you something. This kid is in great shape, and has anyone risen quicker through the pro wrestling ranks, especially in the independent scene, than Brad Baylor. Brad Baylor pinned veteran, one cagey grappler, and one guy that takes no guff from anyone, a tough grappler, in his own right, Evander James, in the upset of the night. But I caught you. I got you, didn't I? Because Baylor didn't beat Evander James. Because once again, Big Vlad comes out more than when Mick Foley was a Dude Love and Mankind, and Mick Foley and when he was commissioner for the WWE. Vlad came out again because Baylor had his foot on his ropes, got the 3 count, and that's why I say Baylor legitimately won that match. That was bullshit by Vlad. Beautiful Brad Baylor pinned Evander. Clean. Straight. He beat James. I saw it. I saw the footage. Vlad came out and then distracted Baylor, said, "You're not winning that way. You're not disgracing my show here. Recharge that I've been allowed to run by PAPW." It was all lined up, the moon, the stars. That's why they had the show. And it went down. It was successful. Vlad came out again. Disrupted Evander James with the fruit roll-up. 1, 2, 3. And James went over on the 18-year-old veteran. Let that sink in as upset of the night, in my opinion. I'm just giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of Recharged. Take that for what it's worth. Baylor is on the rise. Keep an eye on this kid. Once again, the common theme here. Roma trained, Mancini brained. Let that sink in. Again, let that marinate at the 30-minute mark here at Chaos Corner. Covering Rarefied Air, Recharged, and Bash at the Brewery. Here was another match. First time ever in the women's division. Christina Marie, that's right. Christina Marie, the legendary from Albany, New York, strong lady, unbelievable grappler. She's appeared for PAPW before. She was back here at Recharged for the first time ever. Christina Marie against Becca. And one heck of a matchup in the women's division. A big spear by Christina Marie, and it was over. 1, 2, 3, and Christina Marie goes over on Becca at Recharged. And again, 2 athletes that represented themselves well, and 2 women that have an unbelievable future in this business, and that are right now currently in the greater New England, tri-state, northeast area, I dare say the country, are some of the best competition out there. That's what you get at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. You see the theme here. Then we had, out of nowhere at Recharge, and here's the theme and the connection to PAPW, Chaos Corner, and what's happening tomorrow night. Richard Holiday showed up last Friday at Recharge to announce his return in Rarefied Air. So it's really been unbelievable. Holiday has showed up everywhere, from PAPW to Recharged to Beyond Wrestling and every other independent in between, and soon to be one of the major ones, is what I'm understanding from my gut feelings, from my sources, and I have more sources, so many sources that I have to outsource my sources. Mark it down, say it, Holiday will be signing. This is my opinion. I don't have any inside information. I don't know anything other than a pure friendship, and we don't talk about business. We talk about life. We talk about family. Richard Holiday will be somewhere. So he was there at Recharged, came out, talked to the fans there at Recharged at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and it really, you could breathe it in. You could sense it. You could feel it. What an athlete. What a man. What a grappler. Richard Holiday was at Recharged. And then in the main event, Beer City Bruiser, 417-pounder, the irresistible force and the immovable object, the Kingpin, Brian Malonis, takes on Robbie the Giant Slayer. Rob the Giant, the 105-pounder. He's been at PAPW before. You've seen him against Bullet Joe. This was the main event. Talk about a mismatch. 400 pounds? 100 pounds? What are you doing there at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling? What are you doing at Recharge? Vlad, what are you trying to do? This could have been a 187. The Kingpin, Brian Malonis, star of Ring of Honor. The big man squashed Rob the Giant, and something that you have to see to behold. Wait till the video comes out. If you weren't live at Recharged or happened to catch a quick fan cam, which I know we're barred. I don't know how some people got away with it, but that is what it is. Not my rules. I don't give a fuck. Not my... Well, wait. I didn't mean to cuss. So that's what you had there at Recharged. I don't think I'm missing anything. You had stars like Colossal Mike Law, Oni King, Brother Greatness, The Cure, Lucas Chase, Lorenzo Vendetta, Chris Mooch, Patrick Saint, Brad Baylor, Evander James, Rob the Giant, Christina Marie, Becca, the Kingpin, Brian Malonis, and Richard Holiday all showed up for Vlad to get recharged for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. So there's the quick results. A little longer than I wanted to. Well done. Some great athletes, some debuts, some surprising results. Let's see what comes out of the next event. PAPW. Let's get on to quickly, and I'll run this down quick. Fast, so we can get out of here in less than 45 minutes. The results. I was there live at the Armada Brewing Company in the Elm City. Hope everybody was packed. What I say? It's a word, man. It's a joke. Saturday, June 3rd. Here's the results. Bash at the Brewery in front of a rowdy, unbelievable crowd down there in the Elm City. It really was a good time for everyone to behold outdoors. And the weather held up. And the view of the bridge in the background and the bay and the harbor. Unbelievable what Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling has down there. And speaking of Bash at the Brewery, PAPW will be returning July 8th. That's right, mark it down. July 8th, back at the Armada Brewing Company in the Elm City for Bash at the Brewery 2, I'm thinking. Here's the quick results. Alley Fights champion Sunset Steve Garcia with a beautiful sunset off the top rope. Sunset flip, if you will. Thank you, Dusty. Sunset Steve Garcia pins Sylvan, the big bald beast. Sylvan. Sunset retains the Alley Fights Championship. The air guitar wizard, the U.S. champion, Troy Stevens, retains his title against the debuting Surfer Boy Sean Silver, who represented himself pretty damn good in his debut. Once again, Roma-trained, Mancini-brained. But Sean Silver, Surfer Boy, loses to the U.S. champion, air guitar wizard Troy Stevens, which I believe it was a non-title matchup. I believe it was a non-title matchup for the debuting Surfer Boy. Jermaine Marbury banging it from three-point range. I thought he was going to jump all the way to the Q Bridge. That's how far Jermaine jumped as Marbury, in the upset of the night, over the flyest guy in the arena, outdoors, all the way through the harbor and the bay. I don't think he was paid in full that night at Bash at the Brewery, because in an upset, Jermaine Marbury defeated Fly Nye Noriega. No Edric Cash around. Maybe that had something to do with it. Fly Nye loses to Jermaine Marbury. What an upset, in my opinion. The Devilish Angel in the women's division, Deja Simone, in a non-title matchup over women's champion Skylar Gray in another unbelievable upset. I'm not sure what happened. I was there live. I was ringside. Skylar Gray loses to the Devilish Angel, Deja Simone, in a non-title matchup at Bash at the Brewery. Deja did well for herself. The crowd popped and went wild for Deja. The PAPW Tag Team Champions, again, were there in full force. Flew in all the way from Saudi, I'm assuming, right over the Q Memorial Bridge, right down into Tweed, across the harbor, who knows, into the bay, down to the brewing company. Aladdin, Alading Ding, the reigning three-time Paradise Alley, say that three times fast. The tag team champions defended and retained by disqualification against Jay and Sean, the Haven. That's right, Jay and Sean. Sean Knight, Jay Onyx. That's right, back in town, home, in front of their home crowd. The crowd went crazy. The Haven, the effect they have on the fans wherever they go, especially in their hometown. And I know I stumbled there. I got tongue-tied. You know you like it when I get tongue-tied. The Haven against the Pyramids of Power. What a matchup. Disqualification, chicanery, as always. Sons of bitches over there in Saudi. No disrespect. They retained the titles by disqualification. But man, Do Knight and Onyx get their props whenever they're around? An unbelievable, one of the most exciting tag teams in Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling history. So it was good to see the Haven. Came up a little short this time. A rematch, I'm sure, will be in the order. Sergeant Murray. That's right, the big man is back. Sergeant Murray defeated the House. Jake Lynn. Talk about your irresistible force meets your immovable object. An unbelievable bout. Good old Glory was swinging down there at the Q Harbor Memorial Bridge. How apropos. Sergeant Murray has come back with a vengeance. He looks better than ever. Murray over another large individual in a battle of the big men. A hoss fight. The Sarge, and I salute you, sir. Over the House. Jake Lynn, former Battle Academy member. In the main event, or at least the co-main event, the PAPW heavyweight champion, and as I said, former Battle Academy member. You see what's going on there. We haven't seen Chris Battle, the creator of the whole academy, former heavyweight champion Chris Battle, nowhere to be seen. Let's see what happens there with everything that's going on, but you see the effect they have on PAPW and the pro wrestling industry. But Hunter Tarka defended the title against the Crocodile King, Alan Compass. And once again, technical difficulties were interrupted by Alexa. I'm not quite sure why this happened. Alexa, continue Tropical Rainforest Sounds, please. See how polite I am? And they go right back. And I'm even polite at Chaos Corner. Hunter Tarka over the Crocodile King. The Crocodile King has made a huge impact from down under and then here in Paradise.
Ready to upgrade your morning routine?
Alexa off.
Search for Mary.
See what I have to put up with here? This is what happens when you're unedited, unscripted, raw dog at Chaos Corner. I just don't want you to be completely distracted here at the end of the show. I went much longer than I thought. I thought this would be a 25-minute, 30-minute podcast, but I'm going to upload this. I'll break it down into shorts and clips. I'll put it on Twitter, Instagram. The bottom line is I've just given you the results of Bash at the Brewery. We'll be back there July 8th. PAPW at the Armada Brewing Company in the Elm City. I hear big things coming up, a possible parking lot brawl, so on and so forth. Outdoors, you'll see nothing like it. Talk about Escape from New York. The Paradise 4 have done it again. That'll be July 8th. And I gave you the results of Bash at the Brewery. Tarka retained the heavyweight title. Sergeant Murray continues to destroy the competition in his return. The Pyramids of Power, despicable human beings, retain the tag team titles. The Haven has the energy of anybody in the industry right now. Skylar Gray loses to the Devilish Angel in an upset. Non-title. Fly Nye loses to Jermaine Marbury in what I consider an upset. What's going on in Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling? The Surfer Boy makes his debut. The air guitar wizard is certainly going down and holding on to the competition in his own right. Sunset Steve, steady Eddie as she flows with the Alley Fights Championship. What's going to happen and what will Vlad come up with creatively next for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling? And what's going to happen coming up at Rarefied Air tomorrow night? So I hope you go through this whole thing. I'm going through my notes. I want to make sure that I put everything out there. Again, thanks for being here at Chaos Corner. I apologize about the technical difficulties. Let me see if we can get them started here. But again, Alexa, play Tropical Beach Sounds, please. Do you see how courteous I am?
Beach Sounds by Healing FM. Beach Sounds Pro Super Audio is free for 14 days.
I don't
Then you'll
really
be
trust
automatically
her.
charged $1
Should I? And what's going on in
and
today's day and age? And all this talk about
Cancel
technology
anytime.
and AI.
Check the
and all
Alexa
that.
app for terms.
You guys
Would
still
you
with
like
me
to
here?
start your free trial using
I'm
your
hoping.
default payment method?
Alexa, no. See?
No problem. You can ask me to sign up for Beach Sounds Pro Super Audio anytime.
Wow. Again, Rarefied Air. Tomorrow night, live, the return of Richard Holiday. All the titles will be on the line. All the stars and heroes and legends will be there. And will be on Fight TV. It's me. It's me. I guess I'll sign off for now. The GOC. Wait. Don't go anywhere. Let's enjoy it for a second. Come on. We're in paradise. Good vibes, man. Peheo emeli hini kane pupule wiki. Mahalo. Relax with me for a second. This is what you don't get in other podcasts. That's why I want to go live. You also, in my opinion, if I give you a little view, raw dog, got to be hydrated as well. I want you guys to have a great weekend. I want you to stay safe, stay aware, be prepared, stay spiritual, whatever that means for you. Walk in faith. Be prepared. That'll be my sign-off message here. On a serious note, although I'm a media personality, social media personality as well, content creator, podcaster, I'm also here to give you the real side of who I am, to get to know me as well. I hope you see that. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Signing off from Chaos Corner. It's me, your old buddy. Don't you dare miss it.